That's like someone from home. That's not. I thought it might be Hank. Okay. Hank gives the longest introductions to his songs. He is still not playing. I know, but like I know, but it's my show. All right, I'm gonna read from all you need to know. Really, if you haven't heard me read the prologue the 72 times I've read it on the video log, all you need to know is that Margot is this girl that Hugh, the narrator, has been in love with pretty much his entire life, and that Hugh has two best friends, one of whom is Ben, who is this gigantic nerd. We're going to have to ask the bosses not to come. They're really inconvenient. Hugh is this Ben is this gigantic nerd who thinks that like the best way to get girls to like you is to call them honey bunnies. And Hugh's other best friend is this African-American kid named Radar. No motorcycles, that's rude. This African-American kid named Radar, who is a semi-professional editor of a website that is in every way identical to Wikipedia, except that it's called Omnictionary. I'm fine.
No, he's fine. We offered.
Okay, so Radar has him probably apparently gotten a girlfriend and a prom date, even though he's a semi-professional Wikipedia editor, which has his friends duly surprised and a little bit upset and jealous. So I'm going to start. So Ben's complaining about not having a prom date when we start, and he's trying to like recover. He's just revealed that this girl turned him down for prom. The walls of sound felt like they were closing in on us, and we were silent for a while. And then Ben looked at me. I mean, I love public transportation, but can we make it electric? And then Ben looked at me very seriously and said, "I'm going to get so much play in college. I'm going to be in the Guinness Book of World Records under the category most honey bunnies ever pleased." I laughed. I was thinking about how Radar's parents actually were in the Guinness Book of World Records when I noticed a pretty African-American girl with spiky little dreads standing above us. It took me a moment to realize that was Angela, Radar's, I guess, girlfriend. "Hi," she said to me. "Hey," I said. I'd had classes with Angela and I knew her a little, but we didn't say hello in the hallway or anything. I motioned for her to sit. She scooted a chair to the head of the table. "I figure that you guys probably know Marcus better than anyone," she said, using Radar's real name. She leaned toward us, her elbows on the table. "It's a crap job, but someone's got to do it," Ben answered, smiling. "Do you think he's, like, embarrassed of me?" Ben laughed. "What? No. Technically," I added, "you should be embarrassed of him." She rolled her eyes, smiling. It must be weird when people are just walking by. They're like, because you always want to watch if there's a crowd gathered, but then it's a book, so you don't want to watch. You have a complicated emotional reaction. "You should be embarrassed of him." She rolled her eyes, smiling, a girl accustomed to compliments. "But he's never, like, invited me to hang out with you, though." "Oh," I said, getting it finally. "That's because he's embarrassed of us." She laughed. "You seem pretty normal." "You've never seen Ben snort Sprite up his nose and then spit it out of his mouth," I said. "I look like a demented fountain," he said. "But really, you wouldn't worry? I mean, we've been dating for 5 weeks and he's never even taken me to his house." Ben and I exchanged a knowing glance, and I scrunched up my face to suppress laughter. "What?" she asked. "Nothing," I said. "Honestly, Angela, if he was forcing you to hang out with us and taking you to his house all the time, then it would definitely mean he didn't like you." "Are his parents weird?" I struggled with how to answer that question honestly. No, they're cool. They're just overprotective, I guess." "Yeah, overprotective," Ben agreed a little too quickly. She smiled and then... I'm trying to read. She smiled. I love it. I love that we have two shows going on at the same time. She smiled and then got up, saying she had to go say hi to someone before lunch was over. "That girl is awesome," Ben said. "I know," I answered. "I wonder if we can replace Radar with her." "She's probably not good with computers, though. We need someone who's good at computers." "Nice call, by the way, saying that Radar's folks are overprotective." "Well, it's not my place to tell her," I said. "I wonder how long till she gets to see the Team Radar residence and museum." The period was almost over, so Ben and I got up and put our trays onto the conveyor belt, the very same conveyor belt that Chuck Parson had thrown me onto freshman year, sending me into the terrifying netherworld of Winter Park's dishwashing core. We walked over to Radar's locker and were standing there when he raced up just after the first bell. "Any really young people?" Yeah, okay. Speaking of reasons you wish you had fourth period lunch, we just dined with Angela, I said. Ben smirked at Radar and said, yeah, she wants to know why she's never been over to your house. Radar exhaled a long breath as he spun the combination to open his locker. He breathed for so long I thought he might pass out. Crap, he said finally. Are you embarrassed about something? I asked, smiling. Shut up, he answered, poking me in the gut. You live in a lovely home, I said. Seriously, bro, added Ben. She's a nice girl. I don't see why you can't introduce her to your parents and show her your house. Radar threw his books into his locker and shut it. The din of conversation around us quieted just a bit, perfect timing, as he turned his eyes toward the heavens and shouted, "It is not my fault that my parents own the world's largest collection of Black Santas!" I'd heard Radar say the world's largest collection of Black Santas probably 1,000 times in my life, and it never became any less funny to me. But he wasn't kidding. I remember the first time I visited, I was maybe 13. It was spring, many months past Christmas, and yet Black Santas lined the windowsills, paper cutouts of Black Santas hung from the stairway banister, Black Santa candles adorned the dining room table, a Black Santa oil painting hung above the mantel, which was itself lined with Black Santa figurines. The light-up plastic Black Santa that stood in their postage stamp front lawn from Thanksgiving to New Year's spent the rest of the year proudly keeping watch in a corner of a guest bathroom, a bathroom with homemade Black Santa wallpaper created with paint and a Santa-shaped sponge. In every room save Radar's, their home was awash in Black Santadom, plaster and plastic and marble and clay and wood and resin and cloth. In total, Radar's parents owned more than 1,200 Black Santas. As a plaque beside their front door proudly proclaimed, Radar's house was an officially registered Santa landmark, according to the Society for Christmas.